Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Cheesy Stuffed Burgers of Corvallis, Oregon, and Par Lumber of Albany, Oregon. For more information on Par Lumber of Albany, Oregon, call 541-926-1525. And for more information on Cheesy Stuffed Burgers and their amazing burgers, go to cheesystuffedburgers.com. Good morning, everybody. Russ here on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, cracking up at people backstage in the green room getting ready to come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, when you have Nupi on your show, all bets are off. You don't know what's going to happen. So there you go. Hey, listen, I am so glad to have you here this morning. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. I am blessed to be here with you today and to have two amazing guests. We have Nupi and Mia on today. They're going to be just a hoot. I can already tell I'm going to have no control in the show. So it's going to be fun, a fun half hour ahead. But listen, I just want to remind you all, I am so blessed to have you in this community. And if you don't already know about the show, this is all about how amazing people connect. And I've got two amazing people here today to talk with you. All about what they're doing in their lives and how connection and community building is so vital in all that they do. Also, I love to connect with you. If we're not already connected, please go to russhedge.com. That's russhedge.com. And that's the easy way to get a hold of me. Also, love to have you subscribe on YouTube. And the easiest way to become a part of our community on YouTube is to go to marketingwithruss.live. That's marketingwithruss.live. And you can open a separate tab right now. Go there, click, and subscribe today if you're not already subscribed. We would love to have you as part of that community. And also, I ask if you would please share this out. Doesn't matter whether you're watching live or on replay, you can still share it. The beautiful thing about LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, where this broadcast is, it just sits on those platforms after we're done. So you can go back and watch it a second, third, fourth time. You can share it with your friends. They can watch it. And so no matter if you're live or replay, please share this out. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't got a copy of my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, I want you to get a copy of that. You can go to Amazon or any online bookseller, or you can go to russhedge.com. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. russhedge.com and buy book now, and you can get a copy there as well. So I'm excited to be with you. I'm going to adjust slightly here. And I am excited this morning to have Nupi and Mia. Don't know what to expect exactly, but we're going to get the show started because I can tell it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to bring Mia in first because she's a bit, yeah, Nupi's giving me thumbs up. She's a bit calmer than Nupi this morning. So good morning, Mia.
Good morning, Russ. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Russ. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm always happy to have you on. See, I've learned the art, Mia, of ignoring the green room videos and the other stuff going on
Hmm.
because otherwise, Nupi's doing her best to crack me up, but I don't look at other things
Yes.
like she does. So yeah, I good luck with that. But anyway, I am so glad to have you here today and both of you on together. Normally, this is a one guest show, but the two of you are kind of a team that I had to
We
have on
are.
together. And so tell everybody a little bit about Mia, who you are, what you're up to.
Well, thank you, Russ. Well, first of all, Russ, thank you so much for having me on the show. Whenever I'm a guest on your show, I'm just always humbled and very flattered that you still continue to bring me on the show, and along with Nupi, who is the giggle queen.
Oh,
So yeah,
sure,
you
for
you have
sure.
your
Yes.
hands full.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm me. I'm the community manager of two spaces, Career Crafters and Belongly. I am the one that you will find on LinkedIn. I'm always looking for ways to connect with people. I love to bridge the gap between myself and those around me. It's something that Russ, I'm very passionate about doing. I know, especially after COVID, there has been a strong need for connections. And for me, I especially need to connect with people. That's how I feel like a sense of belonging. So, yeah, that's what I love to do, among many other things as well.
Yes. Well, just real quickly before we bring Nupi in, I want you to expand on that a
Mhm.
little bit because your whole journey and this whole importance of having connection and good community has been really important to you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a very long journey for me, Russ. It's taken me about a year and a half to fully make the transition from being an educator to a community manager. Did I always know that I wanted to be a community manager? No. But I always knew that there was a sense of community that always made me feel like I was included as long as it was the right one for me. So finding that space, finding that community was very important. And for me, building a community where everybody feels like they belong in a place and they're included is extremely important for me to be able to foster and have that not just where I work, but also, growing and building out spaces for everybody around me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you've
Hmm.
done some remarkable things, but we're going to get more into that. And now it's time. Yes, the one and the only Dr. Nupi Aurora is in the house.
I fixed it.
Oh,
Hi.
it's beautiful. If people only knew what was happening.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
great.
if they only knew. I think we're going to
If they
skip over
only
all
knew.
of that because
Okay,
otherwise,
I'm good.
Nupi will never be able to talk.
I'm good.
So,
I'm good. I'm good. I've got the
oh,
lighting sorted. Did you?
Fabulous.
I was in the green room and my light just kept falling in front of me. Sorry. Okay.
it's all
It's the
good. So,
curls. They're making me giddy. Okay.
I love
so
it. Very
Hi.
hello,
sassy.
Dr.
Hello,
Nupi
everybody.
Aurora. Tell us
Hello.
all about you because I'm sure there's so many here that have no idea who you are.
Let me just gather my thoughts. Thanking you. Okay, so I am Dr. Nupi, aka the Glitter Practitioner, and I'm a family physician, a GP in the UK. I'm also a Transformation Life Coach, soon to be published author, speaker, and live stream host. I totally forgot that. And
Mhm.
I'm passionate about what I do. My whole approach in as a doctor, as a coach, is empowering others to truly understand their health needs and bring those needs back into balance, which I share and show through my F list, my holistic framework is what I call it. And I love what I do. I love what I do.
Yes.
I'm just getting up to
Well,
comments now. Sorry. There we
that
go.
is clear that you love what you do. I think
Mhm.
that when you jumped into this whole LinkedIn online social thing,
Yeah.
Nupi, connection has also been really important to you as you build community. I
Yes.
mean, it's been vital and we've been able to connect each other with different people and
Yeah.
the way that all
Mhm.
works. But talk a little bit more about that, about how important that community is to you.
It's so important, honestly. I'm a people's person and I'm very real. It's what you see is what you get. Quite, this is how I am. And
Mhm.
when I came onto the platform, I was a bit sort of often I don't do social media. What do I do? And I just thought, you know what? My whole career has been based on communication, connection, truly from here, connecting from the heart, which is what I do.
Mhm.
And I just kept that as my sort of compass, and I'm a chatterbox. I'm nosy, I'm curious, and just used to hang out in comments. And then a few key connections. So Veronica, the Goldust Queen, who I was having coaching about a month before coming onto LinkedIn. And it was an intense 4 weeks thing just to get me up to speed on social media. And she connected me with the amazing Bruce, the guy with the blue shirt. And from there, it was then connected to Dr. Spice, Alex. And then I met you, Russ. And it's just been, I think it's true connecting from here and like-minded souls. And in fairness, that's exactly what I said to the universe before coming on. And I just literally just went, okay, thanking you for only sending me those aligned to my heart and soul and my purpose, and keep the wankers at bay, is what I said. Divine protection. But it's about recognizing who you are and connecting with like-minded. And it's crucial for me.
I'm trying to remember actually where we very first got connected, because it's been so long ago now. I can't remember for sure if it was through Bruce or if it was
through Alex.
Was it through Alex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she recommended, and then we met, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's amazing. Well, Mia, one thing that we find in our journey, and this is where it's so important to enjoy every step of the way. And what I mean by that, it doesn't mean that every moment in our journey is wonderful, but to have an appreciation and to have and to learn and grow from each moment and enjoy that journey overall as we're going through some maybe tough challenges and times into better times ahead, right? And you have been on that journey. You have been to the point where things weren't as good and you had to kind of back off, and you were able to adjust and grow from there. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so Nupi brought up a really good point that I'm going to kind of bring over into the conversation, is talking about being your authentic self and being aligned with who you are and your values. When I did leave the world of education, there was a very, very big disconnect that was happening. I was no longer aligned with the mission and the goals of the company, no longer aligned with the people around me, because they were not trying to understand me, let alone listen to what it was that I needed and what I wanted. What they expected of me was completely different than what I truly wanted and what Nupi said, from the heart. So I had to learn, literally through all those struggles, what I wanted, what it is I exactly needed. And I made a list of non-negotiables that I was not willing to negotiate on. And that was me being me. And like Nupi said, when you're your authentic self, you're going to attract the people that have your vibe, your energy, that want to be around you. Those are the people you want to be surrounded with. Why would you want somebody who doesn't accept you for you in the first place? That's, to me, that's too much wasted energy, too much wasted space, where I can just open it up to those like you, Russ, and Nupi. So there was, again, that big disconnect with my mind and my body. So I had to scale back for a couple of years to figure that out, about the things that connected me, whether it was my job or it was the people, just the environment in itself. But I had to seek it from within first before I went out and tried to find my crowd. So I needed to work on it within me first. That was a very big struggle. It was really hard, but but it was worth the investment. Of doing it.
I think that's important. And Nupi, you could talk about this too, from some of the things you came out of. And that is, sometimes things are hard, but well, I mean, we're always going to have some hard times, and it's a matter of growing through those, going through those. And it's okay to acknowledge that you're having some struggles and some tough times, but it's coming out better on the other side, right, Nupi?
Absolutely. And I think my journey was from burnout, which was 12-ish years ago now. And that really did, I mean, I was at rock bottom, but from that, I really did learn such key things that I wasn't taught in medical school, but just really understanding what your needs are, protecting them. And that's been an ever sort of evolving journey, to be honest, ever since then, over the last 10, however many years. And yes, there's bumps in that road, but it's how you navigate them, and it isn't easy. I didn't even know 18 months or 2 years ago, actually, when I decided to pivot within my career as a doctor, as a GP, that I'd be here now. And I think it's a really amazing time at the minute, because it was about a year ago that I came on, nearly a year, that I actually came onto LinkedIn. And I'm so grateful for all the connections, because my whole world has just expanded so much, and it's incredible. And I think it's, to come back to your point, yes, it is hard, but then if you have the courage just to keep going forward, and just those tiny little steps, there are so many blessings and rewards which you might not have even recognized or realized was there in store for you. So I think it's a sense of hope and courage is what I would say.
Well, I love that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, go ahead, Mia.
Yeah, I agree with what Nupi said. You need these falls, failures, and mistakes to happen. And I don't regret anything that's happened on my end, because I needed them to happen, even though they were not the best. But I needed them to happen to get me where I am today, because I am very blessed. I'm just very thankful for all of the opportunities that have come to me and still do. And, what a blessing to be here with you two. Because I met you, Russ, through Nupi. So,
That's
and
right.
this is the power of connection.
Yes.
You put your energy out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love the cross-pollination, and one thing leads to another, and one connection leads to another. And it's just incredible. I love it.
I think that one thing that is important is there's things that have to happen in our lives to sometimes spur on and get our focus on the opportunities that are really in front of us. And I know COVID for me was a big thing. It was a very, very rough time at the beginning. Long story, not going into it, but it was a very rough time in my life at the beginning of that. And it quickly became one of the best opportunities and best times that I'd ever had, where I was able to move and grow. And actually my business pretty seamlessly moved right from where I was at into my own business during COVID. That part was good. There was other issues, but those issues pushed me and forced me to make changes that I may not have made on my own. Yeah. So sometimes we need that little bit of push and shove to, God's directing us through where we actually need to go, because we're not going that direction. And Nupi, I know we had a great talk the other night on Russ Reels Live about burnout and that whole journey for you. Horrible journey for you, but man, what a great opportunity on the other side of that, right?
Absolutely. And even I guess I think what really matters is the people who are around you, as well as you're going through the really, really horrible stuff. And you don't need many. And I think it's really allowing yourself to surrender. And I know that's what I did. I had no other choice. And it was almost, I don't know what to even think anymore. So I just had to just let go. And when I did that, I just, yes, it was very robotic to begin with, but just kept moving forward. And I mean, I remember that absolute, it's a horrible feeling, and just disconnected completely. But then everything that has come from that, it shaped me to who I am. It's how I practice. It's so much bigger. And I think that's the biggest thing I just want to keep reiterating, that it's okay that you're not feeling okay in yourself. It's allowing yourself the grace to reach out and speak to somebody, because somebody who you can trust, a professional, a good friend, anybody who has your best interests at heart. And it really does help to do that, because that person can say, I think you need to see so and so or whatever. And it's just crucial. It really, really is.
Well, and I think, Mia, you learned that it's important to have the right community. So I'm big on, hey, I'll connect with anybody, but not anybody is right for the community I want to build. And so I'm all good with exploring and talking to people and all of that. That's the reason you can go to russhedge.com and /contact and connect with me anytime. But it gives a short window for me to be able to connect with people. And sometimes it's a great connection. Other times it's not. And you learn, I want to surround myself with the right kind of people. And Mia, that was something that you mentioned many times, but was so vital to you. And, and Aaron, who is on today, another thing for Aaron.
Hi, Aaron, and Kat.
And there's so many wonderful people here. Hi to everybody, but I'm just thinking of Aaron for that same thing, really needed to connect with the right community. So Mia, how did that really help catapult you the right direction?
Going back to that experience, not going too much in depth into it, I needed to know what it felt like, Russ, first to be disconnected. I needed to understand, well, what is it? What is going on, right? I needed to understand, why am I not able to connect with the individuals I used to work with? Why am I not able to connect with the people I used to, be around? And then I just realized our values and our views, and it's okay to have different points of view. It's okay to have different perspectives. We welcome that. We're not always going to agree we're not going to always agree on everything. We know that. Right. But for me, what's really important is being surrounded by people who are going to appreciate, support me, acknowledge the things that I'm doing. And when I was trying to do something better for myself, there was none of that. Usually we encourage people to grow and change. That's what we're supposed to do. But I had to learn, like what Nupi had said, I had to learn to let go. I was so comfortable having that job, that group of people around me, because I was in a safe space. Well, I thought I was comfortable, that I realized they were not doing any good to me. They were not bringing me the value I needed. So once I learned to let that go, be vulnerable, accept the feelings that I was feeling, whether I was angry, sad, whatever it was, that is when I started allowing more space for the people that would show up, were still there, whether I was going through a good time, a bad time, or an ugly time, the ones that still stayed. And those are the people I leaned on, and I realized these are the exact people that I need, that are always going to show up no matter what. Not just the pretty times, but the lowest times too. Those are the ones to me that stand out, the genuine ones, because they get it, right? So yeah. And that pushed me, Russ.
Who's going to show up? I mean, that's the thing. You find that pretty quickly. People go through spurts and they're on, they're jumping into community, but who's really going to show up when you need them, right? Because you want, and the way that I think, build that is we show up for others when they need us. And I think it's that giving out will be reciprocated back. And I can't tell you the number of wonderful, strong connections that I have made over the last 3 years of people that have really supported me, and that I've really been able to support. People reach out to me when they have struggles, and I'm able to get support through the whole thing that I've gone through in the last 8 months. I mean, it's where you really know, like they say, who are your true friends? Who are the people that really are going to be there? And I think that's how the cream starts to rise to the top. The community that you want to stay connected with rises, right, Nupi?
Yes, absolutely. It's very humbling. And and I think when you're coming from a space of, I'm here to give and to serve. And I think when you're aligning with that, it comes back to you tenfold. And I remember thinking this when I came onto LinkedIn, and I want to share my message with as many people as possible. That's it. And connect with like-minded souls and find my tribe. And that's exactly what's been happening. And I think it's just, when you have those connections, you just know. It's what I call, I get Fizztangled, and it's just that energy transfer, and it's gorgeous. And everybody has their own way of tuning into themselves. And I'd say, you know, the shadow stuff, the stuff that you have to go through sometimes, the pain, all of that darkness, it's almost like integrate the two together, because through that dark, there's always the light, and it's accepting there is, you know, this is maybe what else is going on? What else is this showing me? And that kind of, again, helps you to move through and move forward. So, yeah. I think, it's not getting defined by those moments, which, believe me, it's not easy. It isn't easy, but I think retaining some of this, and when you're feeling okay, things are going good, remembering to maintain your needs, because that's what keeps you strengthened for the crap times, and you're quicker to come through them then. Yeah.
Well, and I think it's important to know that those times are going to always come and go.
Yes.
But, you know, it's leaning into each other, you know, people that are constantly reaching out to me and tell me they're praying for me, people that are just supporting you during those times, and that you're able to reach out and support. And that's one thing that everybody needs to realize. We all have to do our part, right? You grow in community because you are being part of the community. You're engaging, just like everybody engaging in the comments today, part of this community, they're engaging with other people. You can't sit back and just let things come to you constantly, because sooner or later people are going to say, well, Mia's tuned out and I'm not, you know, I'm kind of dropping that one because obviously she's not there. So it's a two-way street in everything you do. And Mia, I think that I'm going to let you start with, because as we wrap things up here, and I want to give you both plenty of time. But I know it goes super fast, but I want you to, you know, again, talk about that importance of being intentional, of being selective, and being engaged in community.
Yeah. So Russ, you know, for everyone here and anyone who listens later, you know, and I can't reiterate this and say this so many times, but community is literally where the heart is. People want to belong somewhere. They want to be in a space where they know that they can share their interests, their thoughts and ideas without being judged or belittled or shamed for whatever's going on. They just want to be accepted. They want to be acknowledged. And that's not hard to do. A simple thank you. I appreciate the work that you're doing with specific examples. You know, people want that. I have not met one person that has not said that they don't want to belong somewhere. Everybody wants to. So for me, simple check-ins like, hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all the things that you've done for me, and with specific examples so they know why you're thanking them, and then saying somebody's name. That right there really affirms the fact you make that connection, because connectedness is my superpower. I love it. When you make that connection, you are building that foundation of trust with people, and you cannot take that lightly, at least not in my book. To me, that is like the biggest thing ever, because you are building trust. You need that foundation. When you build that, then everything starts to flow in very naturally and organically, because if you don't have that, you're not going to have it. And like you said, Russ, it's a two-way street. If you're not engaging with me after a while, I am going to tune out, and I may just leave, because I'd be like, does Russ even like see me? Does he know that I'm there? You know, and we do both have to do our part. It's sometimes it's not easy, but at least the acknowledgement piece of like, hi, Russ, I didn't get to see you, but, you know, I wanted to check in on you very quickly. It's not hard, you know, but you have to be intentional and you have to be genuine. None of the, you know, like that, what Nupi said. Thank you, Nupi. Nupi reads my mind, by the way. I love her. She gets me. But yeah, you have to be intentional, Russ. If you want to build a community, no matter where it's at, you really have to think about the people first that are coming through the space, because they're counting on you to have that space for them.
And your connection links are?
My connection links? Oh, where to find me?
Where do we find you? Where is Mia?
Well, I'm everywhere. I'm the butterfly that literally, flutters around everywhere. But
me too.
You know, you guys can definitely find me on LinkedIn. That's where I'm at. That's where I, you know, build my community also. And I love to connect with the like-minded people that are looking to do the very same thing that I just spoke about. So yeah, find me on LinkedIn, connect with me.
Yeah. Well, and I think that is so important. You brought up the trust factor. This whole,
Yeah.
I call it a wheel. This whole know, like, and trust wheel is a lifetime thing. It's not just for business. It's for building relationships. So you connect and you really start to connect and build that relationship. And then you get to that trust factor. And that's where really the magic happens, where people are able to do life, do business, whatever with others. So,
Yes.
Nupi,
Yes.
you're up.
To just sort of extend on what Fihmiya was saying, without trust, that is the core foundation. And in business or within teamwork, that's the first layer. Without trust, it's never going to last. And that's really the foundation of psychological safety. And trust is everything. And you have to, I guess, allow people to be themselves and share different opinions, different thoughts, but knowing it's being received and it's being said with, sounds corny, but with love. And I think there's a lot to be said. And that's why I always talk about whole person, heart-centered care, which is you're connecting. And the other thing is human beings need connection. We're wired for connection. And it's choosing wisely, tuning into yourself. So I think I think to sum it up, you are worthy, your needs matter, know them and own them. Learn how to protect them. And I think that means you are in alignment with yourself, and therefore you are being your highest, truest, most genuine self. And people can see that a mile off. And that's sustainable.
Yeah.
As opposed to a flash in the pan. Hi, yeah, I want to be your best friend. And then I don't see you forever. Right. It's not true. It's fake.
Well, I think
people will always remember how you made them feel too. Sorry, Russ.
That's right.
No,
I love that quote. I love that quote. People, it doesn't matter what you say but it matters how you make people feel. I forget the whole quote, but it is true.
It's Michael. It's a Mary Joanne. I can't even say her name. I love her, Maya Angelou, and it's so true. That has a lasting impression, and that just touches you here. You don't forget that.
Yeah. Well, I want to say, to wrap this up today, that you both are completely on point with everything that you're talking about, because connection and community building, that I am huge in that, because I really believe it's a foundation for our lives. It's definitely a foundation for any good business. So no matter where you are today watching, these are two amazing people that you need to connect with. All of their connection information is in the show notes. It is all going to be sitting there below, and it's going to be there for you to click on. You can click on it and go directly to them. And I want to make sure that everybody knows that. And please share this out with others that didn't have a chance today to listen in, because it is so vital to not miss this piece, that authenticity, that genuine, a little bit of vulnerability thrown in there. And people want to connect. God created us for connection, right? We're meant for community. So reach out today. Do that. Connect with others. Again, please share this. And I just want to remind all of you that we are here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, here for your listening and viewing pleasure. Love to have you guys joining this coming Thursday as well. We'll have another amazing show. At this point, ladies, I'm going to say goodbye. Hang tight in the green room. And I appreciate you both so much.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, Russ. I hope everybody was Fizztangled, like Nupi said.
I was certainly.
I had to throw it in.
I was totally Fizztangled at the start of this.
And glitterified.
There you go.
Completely Fizztangled.
And it will continue today at 12 noon Pacific Daylight Time on the Glitter Practitioner with Nupi and her wonderful guest. Who was that guy again?
I don't know. It's a surprise.
Trying to remember. Just tune in today. We'll see you there. Hey, everybody. All right. Well, listen, I am so blessed to have you all here today and engaged, and everybody coming in and connecting and engaging in the comments. See, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. I appreciate everybody here today. Some of you I haven't seen for a while. other people are new to the show. And thank you so much for being here today. And there is a little reminder about the Glitter Practitioner. And it's an amazing guest today, so you got to tune in. But anyway, I just appreciate you all being here today. Remember, Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We're here every week. And also, and this Thursday, by the way, is D. Scott Smith, who's my amazing co-host of the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. You do not want to miss that one. Great. It's going to be a great show. But also want to remind you, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and Russ Reels live every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So tune into those, and just thank you so much for being part of this community. Please share this out, and until we see you again on Thursday, have a great day and a great life. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.